Hi everybody, Scott Eblin here. It's the tail end of the 4th of July weekend, as you can probably tell by the 3-day growth of stubble that I'm sporting. That's coming off at 6 a.m. tomorrow as I get back to business, and I guess you are too on Tuesday. But for tonight, for Tuesday's video book club, I want to talk about one of my favorite books, really. This is one that I read, for the first time maybe 15 years ago. It shaped in a big way the way I think about leaders and leadership and the practice of leadership from when I was a corporate leader myself to now as a leadership coach for the last 10 years. It's a book called Leading Minds, and it's by Howard Gardner. Howard Gardner is, for a lot of people, really famous. He is a professor at Harvard in the School of Education, has written a lot of books. One of his best-known books is called Framing Minds, and that's a book that first introduced the theory of multiple intelligences. It's not just about IQ, but Gardner posited that there were different kinds of intelligence: mathematical intelligence, physical intelligence, or spatial intelligence, lots of things. I really kind of think the emotional intelligence theories came out of Gardner's work originally. But in this book, Leading Minds, he talks about what leaders do consistently, and he offers case studies of public and not so public leaders and what they did and how they did it. It's a fascinating book. He's a great storyteller. There's a lot of terrific points in the book, but my favorite point is this. Leaders do two things, according to Gardner. One is they have a story. They have a story that connects with people and paints a picture of where they want to go as a people, as a group. And you might think of Martin Luther King with his I Have a Dream speech and everything else that he talked about during his ministry and his leadership in the civil rights movement. The second thing, in addition to having a story, Gardner says that leaders embody their story. They embody their story through their actions, through their lives. And certainly King did that, up to the point of sacrificing his life on behalf of the story. So, Leading Minds, terrific, thought-provoking book. Actually, a lot of really practical advice in the book about how to go deeper as a leader. It goes really well with a lot of the theory and work on adult development, which I'll speak about in a future edition of the Video Book Club. You have a story and you embody the story. Those are two key elements of leadership, according to Howard Gardner in Leading Minds. I encourage you to take a look at it and see what else is in there that resonates with you. And I'd love to hear about it when you do. It's a really powerful book and a lot of powerful ideas in this work by Howard Gardner, Leading Minds. So, shaving early tomorrow morning. I'll be clean shaven next week, I promise. And we'll see you next week on the Video Book Club. Have a good week.